Magpies. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our teams for the gold medal. Firstly, Sydney University Blue wearing the light caps. Number 1, Angus Rowe. Number 2, Lucas Young. Number 3, Will Spignagel. Number 4, Jamie Sharman. Number 5, Xavier Borello. Number 6, Luke Delisle. Number 7, Felix Powell. Number 8, Jet Robins. Number 9, Baxter Lawrence. Number 11, Hunter Miletus. Number 12, Nicholas Ventulis. And number 13 is Curtis Bramley. The coach of Sydney University, Lindsay Cottrell. The manager, Simone Spitznagel. Introducing UNSW West Magpies, wearing the dark caps. Number 1, Xavier Nichols. Number 2, Thomas Grimmond. Number 3, Dasher Stewart. Number 4, Tom Beverly Smith. Number 5, Harrison Underhill. Number 6, Harry Bolton. Number 7, Harrison Bedingfield. Number 8, Harper Stewart. Number 9, Jonathan Chandler. Number 10, Mason O'Brien. Number 11, Jacob Kilty. Number 12, Angus Kelly. And number 13, Jonah Zeiderman. Please welcome the coach and manager, Ray Swinnerton and Jamie Stewart. Introducing our referees for the gold medal final. Please welcome Luke Dunford and Connor Davis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the Australian National Anthem. Our lineups here, Sydney Uni in the light caps, West in the dark caps. Good luck to both teams. We'll be underway in 1 minute. So path through to the final here, both teams undefeated. Sydney University getting through their semi-final 12-3, defeating the Cronulla Sharks. And for the UNSW West Magpies, also undefeated, winning 10-3 over Drummoyne in their semi-final. Sets both teams up here for the gold medal match. Underway, sprinters will come together. It's a tight tussle. Magpies in the dark caps get the first attack through the number 2, Thomas Grimmond. Centre it up to Beverly Smith. It's Tom Beverly Smith. Welcome again to everyone watching at home on Water Polo New South Wales Facebook page, live stream. Dark caps into possession, going right to left on your screen, and shot outside early, coming from Gribbon. 29 goals for him in the tournament. Leading scorer for Sydney Uni, Lucas Young, with 30. Pressure on the pass. Magpies get the attack. Patient pass up the middle. Underhill. They go to Bolton, back to the top. Underhill again. Beddingfield. Loose pass turnover. Sydney Uni have the ball. Delisle gives it up. Driving forward is Robins. Robins, man coming from behind. A good clean up in the back from Beddingfield. Ball makes the centre. And there's an exclusion. Nicholas Ventulis. So first power play now for the Magpies. Pressure at the top. 4-2 configuration. They go to Beddingfield down the left side. Long cross along the 2 metre line. And just a scramble for the ball. Sharman wins it. Sydney Uni come back to even. And another scramble for the ball. The 2 number 2s there, Young and Grimmond, marking up on each other. Over the shoulder, exclusion, Jet Robins. Another power play opportunity for the Magpies. Swimming into position. They go to the left-hander, fires off early. Oh, a shot from the 6, Harry Bolton. Loose pass, unforced error. Sends the Magpies back into the attack. Underhill gets the foul. Goes to Grimmond. Grimmond under pressure. Oh, man up on his legs over the top. Curtis Bramley gets the foul and draws the exclusion on Grimmond. So Grimmond gets his first. Uni with a chance. Foul with Bramley. Still a power play into the passing lanes. Underhill gets a hand on it. Fouls with Ventulis. Now they go to Delisle. Still all at the top. And that will be the timeout. Participation timeout halfway through the first period. Teams have made their participation subs and we're back on again. Heavy pressure at the top. Foul comes now. With Chandler. Chandler puts it inside, driving, front water. Draws the penalty. Man caught behind. Backs to Lawrence. The shooter, Jonathan Chandler, coming up with a penalty spot. Converted by Chandler. 1-0. Chandler, the goal scorer, gets excluded next defensive end, doing the damage. Xavier Borrello. Good scrambling defence, gets the ball under, teams come back to even. They drop it back to Nichols in the goal. Gets the release up the right side. With the number 9, Chandler. Oh, long shot outside coming from Chandler. Picked up at the back by Lawrence. Lawrence looks for the options. Feeds Borrello in the centre. The back working hard. Foul inside 5. He's got to lay it off. Spitznagel, loose pass. And release up to Mason O'Brien. Yeah, taken under by the defender. So new shot clock. Oh, one from downtown. Big one. Jonathan Chandler. Sydney Uni working the ball, looking for the pass into the centre. Borrello on the legs, pinpoint pass, pumps the air. Xavier Borrello gets the card ticking over for Sydney Uni. So end of the first period, 2-1 to the Magpies. Goals to Jonathan Chandler, and it was Xavier Borrello scoring for Sydney University. Second quarter action coming up very, very shortly. Sprinters are lined up. Second quarter underway. Jet Robins for Sydney Uni. Meets in the middle. And it's Thomas Grimond giving the Magpies the first attack. Tom Beverley-Smith under pressure. Lays it off. Comes back to Beverley-Smith. There's the exclusion on Borrello. Well, big bounce shot. Cleaned up there by Ventulis. Team's back to even. Long pass down the pool. Delisle lays it up to Bramley. Bramley working inside, draws the penalty. So a good counter-attack for Sydney Uni. Foul against West number 6, Harry Bolton. So it's going to be the shooter, Curtis Bramley, 5-metre penalty. Chance to tie the game. Oh, got it on the line, but it powers over. Curtis Bramley. And we are locked at 2 apiece. Second quarter. Well, a lot of action in the water now coming from the Magpies. With Chandler at the top. In fact, it's Harper Stewart. Stewart under pressure, looking for the release. Finds Grimond. Grimond lets one go from outside. Big shot. Thomas Grimond. A quick up to put the pressure on. So the foul stands with Sharman. Sharman feeds the centre. Exclusion at the back. Beddingfield, he's first. Well, it breaks down, ball hits the water. Parried by the goalkeeper and cleaned up by the West man, number 2, Grimond. Beddingfield back in the pool. Feeds it up to Stewart. Stewart centres it. Finds Toby Beverley-Smith. Beverley-Smith from outside and big save. Angus Rowe in the cage for Sydney Uni. Delisle feeds it up, tries to put it over the top. Sharman, and second foul now on Beddingfield. In foul trouble in the second. Ball will have to come outside the 2 for the restart. Pinpoint pass there. Sharman set it up. Breaks down again. Bramley's got to go and fetch it. Bramley winding up. Goes the lob shot. Jump back in the clean up by Underhill. Team's back to even. Beddingfield back in. Foul with Harper Stewart. Stewart sits it up and takes the inside wood. And we'll go for the participation timeout. At 3-2, Magpies leading the Sydney University Lions. They're back underway. Second part of the second quarter. Try to turn inside. Oh, it's a scramble. Almost a turnover by Kelly. Little short drive, ball skips ahead. Well, the ball's there, referee playing the advantage, and shot clock expires. So Lucas Young there had the ball in front. So here we go, 11 is the man excluded, Jacob Kilty. He'll head to the corner. Sydney Uni come to the top on their power play, loose pass. It's got to be jumped back and cleaned up by Young. It's with Borello, Borello hit from behind. A foul still with Borello. Parried at the back and cleaned up by the Magpies. Teams will come back to even. They stop the clock. The foul with Kelly. Kelly sits it up and fighting for the ball there was Zeideman. Winning it was the number 7, Felix Powell. Borello trying hard, draws the exclusion. That one's on Dasher Stewart. Another 6-on-5 opportunity for Sydney University. They trail by 1. Tight final here, under 14s. State championship. Borello lays it round. Powell now, long pass. Oh, cross cage finish. Baxter Lawrence. Ties it up at 3 apiece. Well, up and clean on the steal, then draws the exclusion. It's on Angus Kelly. Another 6-on-5 chance for Uni. They go to Borello. Borello sits it up and he's going to power it in. Sydney Uni go to the lead, 4-3. A yellow card now for the coach. Xavier Borello picks up his second. Sydney Uni leading for the first time in the game, 4-3. They go to Borello. Lets a big one go. Put over the top by Xavier Nichols. So half time, 4-3. It was a 3-1 quarter for Sydney Uni. Xavier Borello, Baxter Lawrence and Curtis Bramley all scoring. Thomas Grimmond for the Magpies. Well, half-time in a tight final here. It is 4-3 Sydney University over UNSW West Magpies. And we've got our referee, Luke Dunford's going to come in for a chat in just a moment. Very exciting final. Luke, it's very tight out there. Two very, very competitive teams.
Yeah, definitely. it gets quite hard to ref, but it's good fun game. It makes it a lot easier to just be able to see the calls and see what's happening.
And you've been pulling double duty here. You've been coaching your boys from the Hunter Hurricanes down here playing, so they've had a pretty good tournament.
Yeah, they all enjoyed it. Credit to New South Wales Water Polo for putting a great tournament on, just to be able to come down here and enjoy it and develop before we go away to nationals. It'll be great. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah, I think the development of all the teams over the 3 or 4 days of this competition and all the other age groups, that you've just seen the athletes grow and grow.
Yeah, 100%. Not just in the water, but also out of the water as players and also as spectators of the game.
There we go. Cap 7 referee Luke Dunford, half-time here, 4-3 to Sydney University. Teams are lined up for the sprints. Bramley for Sydney Uni, and he'll go up against the number 8, Harper Stewart, for the West Magpies. Take an opportunity to thank our wonderful sponsors, Cap 7, Argon Swimwear, Purnell Trophies, and Sports in Focus Photography. Magpies get the win through Stewart, and fancy foul turnover. So well clean up there by Harper Stewart. With Bedingfield, loose pass, just gives it off. Straight down the pool goes the number 8, Jet Robins. Robins driving inside. And the penalty comes. 5-metre penalty. And the foul on the number 4. That is Tom Beverley-Smith. So no mistake there, Curtis Bramley steps up to the penalty spot, gives his team the 2-goal break, 5-3. Oh, looking for his options, comes to the top. Stewart rolls it one more round. Shot coming outside from Grimman and closing the space. So the exclusion on the number 3, Will Spitznagel. So the foul at the top. Teams come back to even. Quick turnover, not too many options. Kicking forward again, Jate Robins. Timeout called by Sydney Uni, each team getting 1 in the game. So the foul exclusion was on Harper Stewart. So we start back under the timeout. 3-3 set up and they shoot early. Well, the play worked. Curtis Bramley picks up his second. Oh, Uni now kicking away after a good second period. 2 in the third. They go out 6-3 in the match. So how will the Magpies respond? Harper Stewart under pressure on the halfway. Stewart will have to go back and clean it up. Well, percentage play by Stewart, dumps it to the corner. Covers up the counter attack. Oh, long pass, gets a turnover. Grimmond looking for the shot. And just throws it wide of the mark. Goalkeeper caught well out of his cage. So release to Bramley. Trying to roll around his man. Oh, pass just wide of the man. Cleaned up in the cage by Xavier Nicholas. Double team on Grimmond at centre forward. Go to Stewart, gets around, fights for the possession, doesn't quite get it. Cleaned up by Robins. Stewart chasing hard, Robins sits it up. Goes to Bramley. Bramley tries to come inside and gives away the possession. Cleaned up by Tom Beverley-Smith. Release at the top. Bedingfield on the halfway. Sitting in the zone. Well, they look for the cross cage lob. They try to go over the top to Bramley. Defender was awake to the move and got the hand up. Bedingfield lays it off. Beverley Smith in the centre. Harrison Underhill goes back to Bedingfield. Grimmond at centre forward. Oh, no communication. The turnover, the steal from Sydney Uni. Coming back and playing in the lanes. And Bedingfield chased hard there on the drive from Jamie Sharman. Well, they go to Grimmond under pressure and into the passing lanes. Uni get the turnover. Now on the drive. Backs to Lawrence. Goes inside. Oh, ball flicked off the back of his hand there. Great chase from the number 9, Chandler. And the shot goes in. Well, Underhill. End-to-end stuff here in the third. And 2 goals in it now. West trail 6-4. Some changes made and quick on the drive. Straight off the throw. Oh, and they convert straight away. West caught napping and Lucas Young makes them pay. All balls there to play. Driving forward, Mason O'Brien. O'Brien comes in, gets the foul. Well, 3 defenders around the man in the 8 cap, Harper Stewart. And we round out the third period, 7-4. Sydney University goes to Lucas Young and a double to Curtis Bramley. And it was Harrison Underhill scoring for the UNSW West Magpies. 7-4. Last quarter action coming up. Quarter 4 underway. Grimond gives the Magpies the first attack. Oh, great defensive play. Magpies come away with it through Mason O'Brien. Underhill gets it down the side, looking for some help. Ball hits the centre. Man comes back to help. Ball under. Oh, that ladder back from Spitznagel. Bramley lays it in. Scramblers coming. And the exclusion now on the number 4. Tom Beverley-Smith, his second, in foul trouble. And sitting free in the cage. Xavier Borello picks up his third. Working for the foul, gets it now. Harper Stewart. Comes to Grimond. Well, again, he's got all the power in his shots, goes for the lob, puts it over the top. Release to Underhill. Pressure from Borello. Underhill working, gets the foul. Drive coming from O'Brien, gets the ball, rolls it round. Looking for the foul. O'Brien, not too many options. Drive coming from Underhill, trying to put it over the top. Oh, Borello, too big, too strong, takes it off him. He'll kick it in up the pool, over the halfway. Xavier Borello lets one go. Power on the shot this time from Grimond. Brings up the corner. Oh, man underwater. Jonathan Chandler trying to go up periscope. You're going to get the turnover. Ventulis up the field quickly to Young. Young flicks it over the top. Well, lost the handle on it on the turn. Sharman. One from outside. Thomas Grimond chancing the arm again. Long release from the goalkeeper, Lucas Young. Now working Bramley. Bramley to Young. Young looking. Lets it go. He'll get the rebound. And the offensive foul called, so West through Nicholas. Pressure on the halfway. Running down the shot clock. Stewart now. Looking to feed the centre. Holding foul against Grimond. Sets up Sydney Uni again down the pool. Oh, no side on the ball and cleaned up by Underhill. Oh, it's end to end now. Fatigue coming into the game. Both teams trading attack. Unable to find the back of the net. Now it's going to be a scramble. Harper Stewart spinning everything. Ventulis over the top. The ladder back, nearly gets the ball. Interferes with the free throw. That's two for Stewart. They roll it round. Bramley. Bramley lets it go early. No ball movement on the 6-on-5. Underhill on the short drive. Gets the pass. Oh, great save in the corner. Coming from Angus Rowe. Underhill working again for it. Cleaned up at the back by Ventulis. Little pass around the corner, lost the handle on it. Comes to the man at the back, Harper Stewart. Time the enemy now for the Magpies. They need a goal, they need it soon. Last minute. Stacks on the mill, hot potato. Underhill. Crosses it long. O'Brien. Oh, call from the back and he didn't hear it. Jump back in the steal. Lucas Young. Young going up the pool. Kicks again. Two chasers, Young putting on the afterburners. Drives inside. Oh, great work in the back from Harper Stewart. Came off his man, wrist the cross pass, shuts it down. Grimman trying to go around. Gets the exclusion, dashes Stewart, his second. Grimman crosses it. The man with the ball, Angus Kelly. Kelly shoots and block at the back, and that ties it up, or winds it up. So it is the gold medal going to Sydney University Blue, 8-4 over UNSW West Magpies. For Sydney Uni, a triple to Xavier Borrello, a triple to Curtis Bramley, goals to Lucas Young and Baxter Lawrence. And for the West Magpies, Jonathan Chandler with 2, and the goals to Harry Underhill and Tom Grimman. 8-4, full time. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have the presentation very, very shortly.